Stifler. Ask everyone to rate their own looks on a scale of 1 to 10. You can't pick 7, starting with you. Go ahead.
Damn, that kind of sucks. I was going to say a 7. I would say in my own head, I believe I'm a 10. I feel like every woman should believe they're a 10. But I honestly, I would say I'm a 10. But
Okay.
that's it.
And you said all women should believe they're 10s?
Yeah, just in their own thought.
Yeah.
But to society,
What about
society
men?
talk,
Should all
Yeah.
men believe they're 10s?
yeah,
Should-
if they think so. They
men-
think that they have like a good leadership, they have a good
So
moral.
there's no room for self-improvement, and you think that's good?
Yeah, no, you're always good for self-improvement.
But 10 means there's no room
he
for
said
improvement.
looks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even looks, still, there's always room for improvement.
Yeah, but
So
that's up to you.
What are we improving? Like, what
Yeah.
are you talking about?
You
Like
could-
makeup or what?
No, you could improve your health. That improves your appearance. Men can improve their physique. That
Yeah.
improves their
Like
appearance.
gym.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I'm a
both
10 now and I'm a 10 later when I
but
have
both,
abs.
Both men and women should view themselves as 10s
Yeah.
as well. Okay, what about you? Rate your looks on a scale of 1 to 10.
I just don't believe worth is defined in numbers, so it's not something I do or believe in myself.
Okay, well, let's test this. Would you date a dwarf?
If I was attracted to him and he met my standards.
Are you typically attracted to dwarves?
I haven't met that many.
So
met
would it
any,
be would it be your preference to date a guy who's physically fit and 6'1", or a guy who's 4'9"?
My preference would be the first, but I'm just
Why?
saying I don't think it needs to be quantified in numbers. I think
mean,
that each
height
person
is
has intrinsic worth, and it goes outside of just physical. I just think it's vain to 1 through 10.
Well, wouldn't it be vain for you to not date somebody who's a dwarf?
Technically, if I had to face that decision, then yes, but I'm not in that case.
But I mean, you are making an assessment of somebody on a numerical measurement, someone's height. It's literally a numerical measurement. It's kind of just trying to reconcile the whole. You can't make an assessment on looks, but
I'm just saying that I am 100% happy with my looks, and if
Sure.
people want to use numerical values to gauge that on me or anybody else, that's fine. But that's just not a standard that I hold to. I understand what you're saying
Okay.
about the dwarf and, who would you pick, this or that. But I just think it's kind of, it's not reasonable, and it's not something accurately.
what's unreasonable about being able to make like a determination? Like, let me ask you this: can you look at two people, and it could be two women, it can be two men, whatever it is, and can you make a determination as to if one is more attractive than the other?
Yes, that's just personal preference.
But that would be so okay. But we can start rank ordering. So if I give you 10 people, you could start maybe ranking them in terms of, okay, he's most attractive, next.
But that's
And
just
then-
not like a belief system that I choose to like apply to. So technically, yeah, I could sort them all, but I just don't do that.
Well, I mean, it's not even something that is proactively done. It's just automatically happening. That is the nature of physical attraction. Maybe, I mean, are you not physically gross? Are you not physically attracted, or do you not find men physically attractive? Like
No, I do.
You don't, because some women are like, I'm what's sapiosexual, and I only care. It's bullshit, but I only care about their brain and stuff and their values or whatever. It's like, okay, everybody. It's very hard for me to believe that someone's can't make determinations on looks.
I could make a determination, but the overall factor and consideration of choosing one person over another is just such a bigger consideration, because not only is it into visual physical preference, it goes so far beyond that, moral, character. I think if we were just going off that all the time, it'd
Yeah,
be
no,
fine.
I agree that there's things that are more important, and there's other factors to how what we care about when it comes to who we want to partner with. But I think downplaying the fact that physical appearance and attraction are fairly important here. I mean,
it's unreasonable.
okay. So, but just to be clear, you don't care about physical you don't care about looks in a man
I don't
at
care
all.
about quantifying it in numbers and sorting people into boxes. I just don't think it's okay,
Why would it not be okay?
because every person has innate value, and
I'm not disputing that whatsoever. But But it would be fair to say that you would prefer to date somebody who's physically attractive?
That I'm attracted to, yes. And that can,
So you're sorting them into a box, though.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's not a numerical rate sheet of, oh, that person's in that category and I'm here and they're there. But yeah, I'm attracted to a person.
Well, I
yes or
mean,
no.
now you're sugarcoating. It's like, okay, well, I'm not doing this. I'm not assigning a number to it. But like what you're actually doing if you see like, let's say you're in a room and you see 10 men and you're going to make determinations in your brain like, this one's the most physically attractive. This one's the least physically attractive. Mm-hmm. You're doing it anyways.
Yeah, and that's fair. We all do it in our heads. We sort things. But it's just not like a value system that I would choose to share on this platform. Like, I don't want to do that.
Is it because you're a 10? Is it because you
No
think you're a
comment.
10? You want to say you're a 10? It's okay. I won't be upset. You could, all right. Okay. Do you have any racial preferences? Like, would you only date a white guy?
No, I don't have any.
You really?
Yeah.
You'll date like a Indian guy, Asian guy. You've dated 2 guys, right? What were they both white?
No, the last one was Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern. Okay, so one white guy though, and one Middle Eastern guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hispanic.
No racial preferences.
No.
Okay. No hype. How tall was your last boyfriend?
6 foot.
What about the boyfriend before that?
6'3".
Ah, interesting. Now that we start to uncover the truth here. So the average male height's 5'10". Of the 2 boyfriends you've had, one of them is in the 1 percentile of men, 6'3". The other is like, I think the top 10, top 15% of men. How tall are you?
5'6".
5'6", right. So it's interesting to me that you say you would date a short guy,
I've dated a
but
guy
you've
that's
dated
like 5'9",
of the 2 men
5'10".
but of the 2 men you had long-term relationships with, both of them are above average height. That's kind of interesting.
It's just not
but
a
you don't really
factor that
care.
I don't care about it.
Women
It's not-
say this.
They
I'm
do
not really
say it,
interested
but-
in what women say. I look at what they do. In your case, you dated 2 men that are, one of which is well above the average male height, and 6 foot is, there's a higher proportion of men that fall under 6 feet. But
There's 2 men that pursued me, and they happen to be over 6 feet.
what? Okay. Wait, so just to be clear, they happen to be under 6 feet?
They happen to be 6 feet, 6 foot.
Wait, but are those the only 2 men who have ever pursued you in your entire life?
No.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool.
You're just saying I'm
Pursued you.
looking at what a woman does.
But the men that you ended up in relationships with happen to be 6 feet and 6'3".
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't care about height, but look, I mean, it doesn't necessarily disprove it, but it's convenient that you say you don't care about height, you don't care about looks, but these are like
I don't
99.
care about quantifying
One of the
that
guys is
or
like
assigning
99
a
percentile
scale
of height.
of 1 to 10 to that. I'm not saying I disagree with the notion entirely. That would be absurd. But rating it on a scale of 1 to 10, or I only date guys that are over 6'1", would
Okay.
just be dumb.
How about this? Who do you think is the most beautiful woman in the world? And you can be like, it doesn't have to be like right now. It could be Megan Fox when she was 20 or something.
I don't know.
How about
a
this?
lot of
Who's
beautiful
like a
women.
very beautiful woman who you think is like top tier?
Lily James.
Lily.
Who the
I
fuck
don't know
is
who
that
that
guy?
is. Do you think you're as attractive as her?
No.
Physically attractive? Okay. All right. Well, don't think you're going to give an answer. So what about you?
I think that, I mean, first of all, I think that in the eyes of the world, it's subjective. In the eyes of God, we're all 10s, but I think from a worldly standard, I'm like an average person would probably say I'm a 6. I don't know.
Okay.
But that's what I was trying to say earlier.
Wait, hold on. True.
True, that's what no, not that
You're
you're
saying-
6. Not
Whoa.
you're 6. No,
Yo,
no,
she's
that's
calling
not
you a 6.
No. But like, yeah, in the eyes of everybody else, yeah, you should think you're a 10. But what society norms is, they're gonna be like, but it is like how she said, personal preference, because I could be like,
subjective.
well, I like them, I like these, and there's those shallow people that are like, oh, I will only date these type of people or these
Yeah.
type of categories. So it's just like doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you should just care what you think you are.
Or what
All
God
right, well,
thinks.
I'll get into that in a bit, but what about you?
I agree with her in a lot of ways. Like, I think quantifying it it's kind of, but again, everybody does have the, their own personal preferences, right? Like what I think is gonna be different than what you think. But just for the sake of time, I would
Thank
just
you.
say I would say an 8 since I can't say a 7, but I would have gone with 7.
Okay.
With room for
all right.
growth,
Sure.
of course.
All right, what about you?
Do you want the 2-second answer or the 10-second?
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
So, 8.
Okay.
Okay.
6.
All right.
3.7.
3.7. All right.
I
Abigail.
guess I would lean more
I can
towards
improve.
6 than I would
I can
8.
improve.
So
Okay. I give myself a 5. Andrew, what about you?
Well, in the face of all these high numbers, how could I be anything less than a 10?
It's true.
Well,
It's
wait,
true.
wait. Why are you laughing? You don't believe me? Or are
In
you
God's
saying-
eyes, you're a 10. So
Yeah, see, I'm a 10. So then I guess the rating system just means nothing.
I have
Yeah,
a
it
question.
does.
So, there's a different question for guys. I've been told, I've been in the adult entertainment industry for a long time. And some people have said to me, they're like, Lauren, you're not a beautiful woman, but you're a cute woman. What is that like? That's what I'm kind of like. That's why I rate like an 8 or like a 7.5 sometimes. Cause I think that there's a difference between beauty in a woman and cuteness. Like it seems to be that's the answer. And I don't know really what these men see, but that's what the answer I have
They
gotten.
see the same thing that you see.
They say
When
you're,
you say these. Here, I'll explain. When you
Yeah.
say, people say this ridiculous shit all the time.
yeah, you're not beautiful, but cute.
Yeah, they go, beauty is subjective. It's like, no, it's not. Right? The same woman and the same man, basically anywhere in the world, who looks at a person who has a hunchback and they're missing their teeth, right? And they have like burn marks on their face, pock marks and shit like that. They pretty universally are like, no. Why? Because you're talking about ideas of reproduction.
Yeah.
Right? Attraction is based around ideas of reproduction. If you wonder why it is that men are attracted to youthful looking women.
So what is,
It's because they're attracted to the ideas of reproduction. Attraction wouldn't even exist except to assist with reproduction, right? That's what the whole point of it is.
question though.
So ultimately, hang on.
Okay.
Let me finish and then you can ask the question. I think that's fair. So ultimately, it just comes down to this. There are actually objective beauty standards in youthfulness. You're going to be looking for things like I think Disney used to kind of really promote this quite a bit, right? The healthy looking woman, somewhat hourglass shaped, right? Hourglass shaped, very symmetrical features, right? And a very healthy look about them, robust, healthy look. And these are universals. These aren't just subjective features, right? These are things almost all of us. This is why I think women and men will often look at women and be like, wow, she's beautiful. Both of us can make the same assessment. That's a beautiful woman. Because we still understand what the attractive levels are between the intersexes, right?
Yeah, and I understand that. And I guess my question is what does guys mean by when they say, Lauren, you're not a beautiful woman, but you're a cute woman? What does that mean? And I've heard that a few times, like I'm talking like over 15 times.
It makes you feel like a puppy.
So I just don't know what.
It means that you ain't Jennifer Love Hewitt in the 90s, but they'd bang you. That's,
Okay, I get that.
that's what it means. Like,
I got
just
that.
No bullshit, no nonsense. You ain't 90s Jennifer Love Hewitt, but they'd bang you. That's what they mean when they say you're cute.
Thank you. That's what we wanted.
You're welcome.
Oh, by the way, we're getting some pizza